Hello and welcome. It is day, 18 of RPG A Day 2020. I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming, the OGGM, and today's word is meat. Not in like hamburger meat, but as in, hey, let's have a meet. Let's meet. Meet cute. Everybody know what meet cute means? Boy, girls, StarCrest lovers. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to explain it. Meet. The party meets for the first time. The players meet for the first time. The adventure begins, which makes me think session 0. I don't know how many times I have waved the session 0 flag. You need, in fact, I think it's mandatory. You need to have a session 0. You need to sit down with the players. The players need to meet together and agree what kind of game we're playing. What is the rules? The GM needs to sit down and say, this is what I'm going to allow. This is what I'm not going to allow. This is what I'm willing to work with you. We've all meet. We all agree. We're going to write it down. We're going to write down this contract. And we're going to try our best to stay within the rules that we all agreed upon at session 0. Session 0 is so important because recently I've been in a couple over the last year, hell, over the last 6 months, where I've been in games where there either hasn't been session 0s at all, and I had one idea of how the rules of the game world were going to be, and other players had different ideas and they couldn't agree, or there were session 0s, but because those rules of that first meeting were not written down in stone, that contract was not agreed upon, it again became quickly just a hodgepodge of individuals, each trying to play out their own individual scenario and not working together. And, inevitably then you have the Leroy Jenkins murder hobo just running down the hallway trying to get himself and everybody else in the party killed, something I still don't fucking understand. So it is very important that when the party meets for the very first time, even before they, a group of adventurers meet in an inn and somebody says, hey, I need somebody to kill some rats in my basement. Even before that, you have to have that session 0. You have to have the player session 0. You have to have the character session 0. So many people are like, I want my backstory to be part of the adventure. Fine. Tell me what your backstory is and tell me what parts you want to see. I mean, these are the questions I, as the GM, are going to ask you every game. So if you want to see something, if you want something, if there are important keynotes to your character story, that needs to be discussed in the first meeting. When the players get together for that very first time and meet, we have to make sure that these are personalities that are going to work together, that they've all agreed at the session 0 to follow, these are the things everybody wants. These are the things the DM wants. These are the things the DM will allow. These are the things that don't allow, like me, murder hobo. I think we know that is just something I am totally just like, why the fuck are you killing my NPCs, you idiot, for no reason whatsoever? All you're going to do is get yourself and everybody else killed. I do not understand this, especially when they didn't do anything to you. You think it's worth it for the half an experience point you're going to get killed for killing a 0 level and getting everybody else in the party killed? So if everybody wants to be murder hobos, if everybody wants to do a magnificent 7, let's just ride through this, we're the Mongol hordes, we just ride through the villages and kill people, we ride through the dungeon and kill people, we keep going, then that needs to be agreed upon. And the DM needs to say, fine, that's what I'm going to run, but understand that there's consequences if you start riding through villages and just killing people, or if you're like me, you're like, nah, I'm not going to run that. It's just, yeah. I don't really see the point of that, but that's just me. Other DMs might be like, sure, let's do a murder hobo magnificent 7. You're bandits and you're just Mongol herding through the countryside, and I don't know what's going to happen. There's probably consequences. If you want to run a kick open the door, kill the monster, take its stuff campaign, then everybody has to agree, including the DM and all the players. Kick open the door, kill the monsters, take their stuff, build characters that are appropriate to that situation. Obviously, who's built their character to be the world's greatest boat builder, sailor, fisherman, and they've divested this whole intense backstory to, have shipbuilding skills and stuff like that, is not going to feel comfortable when they built this character. And then you're like, no, we're doing this. We're going on a campaign that's going to be in the desert. There's not going to be a need for a ship, or, so again, that's why it's so important, because there's so many conflicting things going on in all the minds and everybody in the table. And the game has changed and evolved so much from those beginning days of, basically just taking that war game mentality and just upping a little. When it was just the war game mentality of the original D&D, then yeah, kick open the door, kill the monster, take a treasure. This doesn't have to make sense whatsoever. Death is, violent and permanent, but who cares? Because it takes 2 seconds to make a new character. And, that 0-level grinder mentality was fine 50 years ago. But now, especially post-Critical Role, players claim they want more. So again, session 0, when you first meet as players, spend at least an hour getting to know each other, getting to know each other's wants, desires, needs. This is the character I want to play. This is the kind of thing I want to see. Well, this is the character I want to play. This is the kind of thing I want to do. And then again, have that with the characters meet, where they meet each other in the bar or whatever. They get to know each other. They talk to each other for a few minutes. They get to know, this guy is this guy's personality is this, my character is going to be like this, and then go. Because far too often, unless that agreed upon contract is made within, by the second session, if you have all these independent personalities trying to do all their independent things, the party breaks apart quickly. And I've seen it happen as a player. I've seen it happen as a GM. I've been in several games over the past year where there was no session 0, where there was no agreed upon contract, where there was no agreed upon, these are our characters and how they're going to work together. This is what my character wants. This is what my player wants. And it just falls apart because you have all these individual personalities and all these people playing the character their way they think their character should play. Oh, I'm role playing like I saw on Critical Role on the YouTube or whatever. And then, this personality is clashing with this personality is clashing with these, because it's just a group of individuals trying to do their own individual thing. They're not working together. And why aren't they working together? Because they didn't agree on a contract of working together when they first met. They didn't have the session 0. Or if they did have a session 0, they're not sticking to what they agreed upon in the session 0. Also, it's very important to have a leader, especially in larger parties, especially with this video thing. You need one person to make the decisions, and one person to say, okay, everybody, what are we going to do? Okay, this is what we're going to do. Or if too many people are arguing and one guy's saying, we need to go this way, and one person's saying we need to go this way, and one person's saying we should just leave, and one person's just like, Leroy Jenkins! And you need a strong voice to say, no, shut up, this is what we're doing. So today's word is meet. Today's idea is why it is so important to have a session 0, both with the players, both with the characters. It should be at least 20 minutes to an hour. It should be fucking mandatory. And once you agree on what the rules of the game is going to be at that first meeting, they need to be maintained in some form, or the game will quickly fall apart. At least with that's what I think. And I could be wrong, so you should probably comment down below and let me know. And the best way to comment down below and let me know what you think is to subscribe. Because if you don't subscribe, I'm not going to respond to your comments. Talk to you later.